Where is Zimbabwe going? Mary Mbaiwa akazororwa nakomanda akazoita mukadzi vice president. Right now, she is the most humiliated woman in the country. There are very few places on Mary Mbaiwa's body that the whole nation doesn't know. Everyone knows her thighs because of her suffering. And everyone today thinks one man's problem, we should never be worried about it. Vanotaura vachiti nhamo yemumwe hairambirwi sadza. Ini ndiri munhu waMwari. Regai ndikuudzei vanhu veZimbabwe. Zviri kuitwa Mary Mbaiwa nemurume wake nehurumende yeZimbabwe ndizvo zviri kuitwa mhuri yese yeZimbabwe nehurumende yeZimbabwe. Mwari vakaisa Mary Mbaiwa pamberi penyika yese kuti Mwari apeputse nyika. Muchasvika rini muchibatwa chibharo saizvozvi? Mukadzi akakuitira vana kunyange mukatadzirana zvakadii, you can't treat her the same way Mary is being treated by her husband. And I'm not saying this because we have some relationship, but this is not about the vice president. This is about the vision. How does a bulldozer destroy houses in a location which is populated with more than 50,000 people? How do two bulldozers driven by two men destroy 10 houses in a location with thousands of residents? How is that possible? Where is our common humanity? Zimbabwe has less than 300,000 soldiers. Zimbabwe is more than 14 million people. How do 14 million people get afraid of less than 300,000 soldiers, most of whom are holding redundant ammunitions that are more than 40 years old? Some of those AK-47s, they don't work because they are no longer serviced and the government is too broke to acquire new ammunitions. How do we get afraid of such a weak state like Zimbabwe? Those who have studied military structures, they will tell you there is nothing to admire as far as the strength of our military is concerned. We have nothing. If there is a war today between Zimbabwe and any other developed country, Zimbabwe has no chance of winning that war. Most of the things that we have today, they were donated to us by countries which were shedding off old equipment and acquiring new equipment. Like these Lishin airplanes that were donated to us by China, useless planes which can never defeat any country at war. How are we afraid of standing up against such a weak state? Fear. Our fear is not normal. The fear of Zimbabweans is not normal. The cowardice of our people is not normal. It's a sign that our nation is accursed. There is a curse in Zimbabwe. And I am here to share this vision with you so that I can show you how we can deal with this case. If God is going to lift this case from among Zimbabweans, the first sign is that a Zimbabwean is going to care about the well-being of another fellow Zimbabwean. Ndebele, Shona, Karanga, Tonga, whatever tribe you are from, whether you are a Kore or you are a Buja or a what, if you are a Zimbabwean, you are my brother and you are my sister. You are because I am because you are. If I find you in trouble, I will leave what I'm doing to defend you because that's what makes us a nation. This spirit of humanity, this spirit of Ubuntu is not there among ourselves. And that is why politicians continue to kill us all the time and nobody thinks we are going to come to the end of this tyranny to the end of barbarism. But Mary Mbaiwa is God's sample of a national problem. It's an observation that I made. It's an observation. If it was a different nation, if it was a more civilized economy, a more civilized society, the way Vice President Chiwenga treated his wife was enough reason for people to force him to resign. He is not fit to be a president. He is not fit to be a vice president. He is not fit to be a councillor or even a village head, because he doesn't know the principles of life. Even mukarambana matadzirana zvakadii, amai vemwana wako, amai vevana vako havabatwe nenzira iri kubatwa Mary Mbaiwa. Something is about to happen. I will say it some few days to come, if God allows me to say it. I am not authorized to say it now, but something is about to happen in our country. But let me tell you, before that something happens, we have to pray that this government changes the way they treat this woman. If this woman dies in the way they are treating her right now, it's not a good picture to our country, because like I told you, Mary Mbaiwa is a miniature recreation of the Zimbabwean situation. If we are going to find hope in the whole nation, we must first see hope in the way this woman's life progresses. This is what I'm saying to you. This is why I'm sharing this vision with you. Kana nyika yedu ichazowana rubatsiro rwokuti inochinja, yove nyika ine vanhu vanokoshesa upenyu hwavanhu, kana munatadzirwa vanhu vanogara pasi vogadzirisana, kwete kuti kana munhu atadzirwa anobva ati wanditadzira ngaafe ini ndisare. Hakuna society yakadaro. Mwari ngaabatsire Zimbabwe. Mwari ngaabatsire maZimbabweans vagotsigira Mary Mbaiwa kuti arege kuramba achiabuswa zvaari kuitwa nehurumende yeZimbabwe. Kana Mary Mbaiwa akafa achitritwa zvaari kuitwa izvi, ndizvo zvicharamba zvakaita nyika yedu, nekuti Mary Mbaiwa, she is a representative of the whole nation of Zimbabwe. Hey, whole life kubva matangiro akaita kusvika izvezvi, ukaitarisa inomecha nemo maitiro anoita Zimbabwe kana ichienda kuma-elections ichiwana president ichipfuurira mberi. Munotanga muchinzi muri ma-comrades kana muchinzi votai. Once elections are over, you are now sellouts. You are going to be fumigated like cockroaches. Everyone who speaks out, they must suffer, they must die, in order to protect the few that are sitting in positions of power. We are going to need to come to a realization that the power that governs a nation is not in the office of the president. The power that governs the nation is in the ordinary population, in the streets and the gutters, in the rural villages, because they are the people who give mandate to those who are in power to lead them. When the electorate says, we are done, we don't want you to lead us anymore, this is a divorce. Why should you harass me when we are divorcing? Why should you abuse me when we are divorcing? Why should you torture me when I say your character doesn't fit that of a husband? Mary Mbaiwa, it's a case study. Those who want to know, they will know. So Jeremiah used his linen girdle to prophesy to the nation of Israel. And God is using Mary Mbaiwa to prophesy to the nation of Zimbabwe. As I talk right now, the war veterans were conspiring to kill me not so many weeks ago. As I talk to you right now,